here to take you on a culinary journey I promise you've never been before. I'm here to help mold you, shape you, motivate you, and most importantly, inspire you into cooking like a champion. I'm Chef Champion, but my friends call me Ace. Welcome to the new age of culinary learning. Cook like a champion on this great station.
All right, welcome back, America. Remember, I promised you I'm going to show you how to make that blackened ahi tuna. It's a little bit of a Cajun twist. That's why I'm using the blackened season, but I'm just going to make it to a nice medium rare. So traditionally, you don't have to use this for sushi. You can just cook it up and serve it on the side as a plate and be good with that. So the first thing we want to do is get our blackened tuna all nice and seasoned. I'm a fan always whenever you season high above the product, let it gradually rain on it so you got even distribution. And I know it seems like I'm adding quite a bit of this blackened season, but that's the point. That's the purpose of blackening something. And for those of you guys that know, blackening doesn't mean burnt, just to get that out of the question. And I like it blackened, not because of, you know, I'm just saying, but blackened really does have a little bit of that nice spice to it. And it kind of makes me feel like a soul brother. All right, so you want to make sure that you get your oil in your skillet nice and hot. I'm using, once again, a healthy avocado oil. I love this oil because it's high in omega-3, omega-6, vitamin B12. What really separates this from olive oil is it has a 520-degree smoke point. Olive oil only has about a 320, so it's gonna wanna burn up on you. And we need this to about 400 degrees. So make sure that that gets nice and hot before you add in the product. So now we're gonna go ahead and add in our blackened ahi tuna. As you guys can see, it's kind of smoking a little bit. That's what you want. That lets you know that that temperature is really up to par. So we're just gonna take that ahi tuna and set that right in there. Just like so. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get my rice going. Remember, we just wanna add just a little bit of that rice vinegar. Get that nice little mix. And I'm actually gonna add some of the blackened seasoning to the rice just so it makes sense with the tuna. And remember, when you mix that, remember my rule of thumb, be nice to the rice, you guys. Mix it very carefully, very delicately. All right, that's ready to go. So we'll check on our ahi tuna. And you just wanna kinda tell, as you can kinda see how it starts to kinda cook from the bottom up. You wanna leave probably about 1.5 inch gap in it, and that's gonna let you know that it's nice and rare. So that looks like that's about ready to flip. And as you see, you got that nice blackened sear. That's what you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that finish cooking. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Don't you go nowhere. All right, welcome back, you guys. Let's go ahead and check on that tuna. Oh yeah. As you can see right there, get on up here close and check that out. Yeah, as you can see how it's nice and blackened. It looks burnt, but trust me, it's not burnt. So please don't burn this, you guys. All right, get our rice going. So I have one of these little fancy gadgets. I know they're typical Japanese. They will just do the finger sushi with their fingers, but I'm just gonna take this and actually just stuff it right into these little rolls, these little holes, just like so. And I like using these little gadgets because it just gives me a nice, pretty presentation. I'm just gonna squish that. All right, take that off. And we're just gonna slam that on there, kind of put my finger right in there to release them. So the reason why I'm doing this nori sushi is just basically a little mini version of the rice ball. This way you can kind of enjoy the sushi rice with your side dish instead of putting it all together and eating it in one big bite. So this is definitely the way to go if you want to put it on that upscale, on that higher level. So we're just gonna take some of those little sheets and just put that right at a slight angle. Remember, when you guys are plating this up, presentation is everything. Please don't forget the presentation. That's your chance to shine. That's your chance to show off. Let everybody know what you've been doing in the kitchen all day. So now we'll take our tuna, see how rare it is. We want to cook this to about a mid-rare. You definitely don't want to overcook it. Tuna is super lean, so if you make this well done, it definitely is not going to have the same flavor. So I want some nice long strips, so I'm just going to basically just face that off. And as you guys can see, it's nice and kind of pink in the middle, that lets me know that it's nice and medium. Now what I want to do is just try and make slices. You don't want to make them too thick, but then again, you don't want them too thin neither, or else they'll just fall apart on you. Then I'm just going to take those and just kind of roll them up. And do you have to roll these up and do these like this? No, you don't. You can just pretty much just slice it in half, and you can either have them cut it themselves or you can cut it themselves. But like I said, presentation is everything. You always want to give that good presentation. People eat with their eyes. So if you give a bad presentation, they're going to make up in their mind that this is not going to be so good, and you definitely don't want that when you're striving for perfection. So now what I want to do is I want to create just a little bit more of a garnish. So I'm going to do a quick tomato rose. I'm using a tomato peeler with roses. You just want to start at the bottom of the tomato and kind of work your way around. I'm using a Roma tomato because the skin on it is super stiff. You definitely don't want to use a soft tomato. It'll just rip on you right away. Last season I taught Amon Green, Green Bay Packer, how to make a tomato rose, and he actually did really, really good. I told him when Valentine's Day comes around, forget the $20, $30 rose bouquet. Make your wife a tomato rose and tell her it's from the heart, you know? So now that I have that, I'm just gonna roll that up, just like so. Once I get about halfway, I'm just gonna take it, pick it up, wrap my hands around it, using my thumb and my index finger, and that little base is actually at the bottom. We're just gonna put that right on there, kind of manipulate it a little bit, make it look kind of as much like a rose as possible. All right, so the last thing you want to do is make a little bit of a garnish. So what I did is I took the ends of those green onions, and you just take your little knife, and all you want to do is just make little slices, making sure you're not slicing all the way through the actual green onion. And this will actually open up like a green onion blossom. And then what you want to do is just soak these in a bowl of ice water for about 20 minutes. And when you do that, they actually come out just like that, nice little blossom. And then what I'm going to do is just stick those right smack dead into the middle of those little rice balls. The thinner you slice it, the more little leaves that you got, and they just open up really, really nice for presentation. A very cool way to use your leftovers and not throw it away, because traditionally I would just throw that away. And then the last thing we want to do to top that off is I took some blackberry balsamic vinegar and I just cooked that down just a little bit. A lot of times when you get vinegar, it's really, really thin, but as long as you keep cooking it, it actually reduces and all the water evaporates, so you have a nice thick balsamic glaze. And you can play around with it. You don't have to do blackberry, you can do raspberry, you can do just regular balsamic. We're just going to drizzle that over the ahi tuna. Just like that. So my vision is, because the ahi tuna is nice and spicy from the blackened, and then the balsamic is nice and sweet, it kind of gives you that sweet and spicy taste. I guarantee you go down to Louisiana, you ain't gonna find too many people that look like me making this type of sushi, I can guarantee you. So last thing we're gonna do is just take a little bit of those green onions. And we're just gonna top that off and just kind of spread that around just like that. And because I have a little bit of these wasabi peas that I love so much, I'm actually just gonna sprinkle those over there. All right. And there you have it, your southern blackened ahi tuna with a blackberry balsamic glaze with little bitty nori sushi rices, just for you guys. I know I'm smiling a lot, but someone's telling me I need to smile more. I guess you guys know who that might be. So that's our show, you guys. We'll see you next week. Hope you can tune in. Take care.
Cooking Like a Champion is produced by Creative Edge Productions.
Chef Champion here to take you on another culinary journey. Whether you want to cook like a champion or just have a champion cook for you, Chef Champion LLC is your one-stop shop to culinary goodness. We offer a variety of services like private dinners in your home, professional cooking classes, motivational speaking, recipe development, and more. Need your brand promoted? What better way than to have a champion represent your brand right here on my show? Hire me today for your personal Chef Champion culinary experience.